Do you have some 12 by 12 pattern paper that you would like to get the most out of? Hi, I'm Jess from JessCrafts.com, paper crafter of over 20 years and creator of paper busting templates that help you make the most of your crafty supplies and time. So let's get making. Today I want to share how I will turn one piece of 12 by 12 pattern paper into 4 5 by 7 cards without scraps, but I'm adding an extra challenge to it by working with a paper that is from a Christmas line, and I'm going to make some Christmas cards and some not Christmas cards. Now, this is from the Oh Dear Fancy Pants Designs collection. I think it was from a while ago. I got it from a pack at a thrift store, and I found that a lot of papers, especially in this particular collection, while it was in a Christmas line, it did not have to be used for Christmas. Like this side is stripes. They are in very Christmassy colors. There's reds and greens, but the other side was also one of those ones where like I saw why it went why it went in a Christmas line, but it wasn't, Santa's or something's like so Christmassy that you couldn't use it outside of Christmas time. And it's these polka dots, but the pattern on the polka dots is kind of like the pattern of a cable knit, I think that's how you call it, knit sweater. So, very Christmassy with the right embellishments, but it wouldn't have to be Christmassy. And so that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna turn it into some Christmas and non-Christmas cards. When using tools like paper trimmers, please follow all manufacturer's safety instructions. So we're going to start with our 12 by 12 piece. I cut the branding strip off, and each card is made with a 6 by 6 section of the 12 by 12 patterned paper. So I'm going to start by cutting my pattern paper to 6 by 12 inches. And then I will cut that again to 6 by 6 inches. Finally, we're looking at what we need for each card, and one of those is going to be a 4 by 6 inch piece, and then the remaining piece we are going to cut into 2 1 by 3 inch strips and 2 2 by 1.5 inch strips. So I will start by cutting it to 3 by 2, then I will cut those down to 1 by 3, and that other piece I will cut to 1.5 by 2. And then we have all the pieces we need for each card. This does work with directional patterned paper because these 1 by 3 inch pieces, now my paper is not directional, so it'd be kind of hard to see, but they would get tucked on the side of the card, and the 2 by 1.5 get put on the top, so they all work with the same directionality. I don't call for mats for the 2 by 1.5 inch pieces or the 1 by 3 inch pieces. So for these on the outside, I think this sketch kind of looks like a wrapped present with a bow in the center, but the bow is really, really large and the little strips of ribbon are quite small. But that is what it reminds me of. The mat we need is for our 4 by 6 inch piece. So we'll get a mat that is 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So I'm taking the 11 inch side of an 8.5 by 11 inch paper and I'm cutting it to 6 1/4. Then I take the 8.5 inch side and I cut it in half at 4 1/4, and I have 2 cardstock mats. Then I'm left with a piece that is 4 3/4. I'm still going to cut a mat out of this, although I acknowledge it might not be the most efficient use of cardstock. So I'm going to cut this to 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I am left with some scraps that could be used for other things on the card or for future cards. And I will need one more because I am making 4 pieces. So that's why you might want to, instead of using that bottom piece that was left over, just cut it from 2 fresh pieces of cardstock and leave that larger scrap for the future. That might be a bit easier to work with. But you'll need 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 inch mats. Look at assembling our card. I like to use my grid mat to help make sure that everything is going to be centered. So I have placed it along the grid such that I can count. These are 1/2 inch squares over to from each side, so I have 3 1/2 inch squares. Now I know that it's perfectly centered. I could do the same thing along the side and make sure that I'm counting. It might be a little different of a number on here. I think it's 4 squares down. And again, just making sure that's even on both sides, and it will give the illusion of it being like one continuous piece across the card. However, it won't be because we're going to cover it in the center with our 4 by 6 inch piece. I am going to mix the patterns on all of these so that you will see the striped pattern in the background on some, and the red pattern will be in the center for some. So we'll have a variety, and then we'll go ahead and we'll make some of them into Christmas cards and not Christmas cards. So they'll be exactly the same before we had any embellishments. I have assembled all the cards, and I want to show you how I would embellish them to be Christmas cards or not Christmas cards, and show you how even like the same card or the same embellishments could be used to make a Christmas versus not Christmas card. So for my first card, I have something very simple. I was looking at my stash, and sometimes I make extra embellishments, and I wanted to use up some of those today. So I had these two bears, and I thought I could make a Christmas card with bears and a not Christmas card with a bear, especially because they were just brown bears. So here I have a You're the Berry Best sentiment from a Lawn Fawn set, and I would just put that on in the corner on a little banner die and put it with the bear, keep it really, really simple. But for the Christmas version, I'm moving over to the red background, although I'll show you a red background, not Christmas card as well. And I had already cut this Be Merry sentiment, and I did turn the card on its side. So that was kind of nice, being non-directional pattern paper. I could make it work in that way as well. And so I had the bear and the Be Merry, but I thought I could add in this berry little sentiment, and so I had a teeny tiny banner die. I'll use it again with my embellishments, and it says, so now it'll say Be Berry Merry, and I thought it was cute to add a little bit of a punny element to that. Then I want to do another set of Christmas Not Christmas with the red background. I thought that with the bear card, red helped it to be more clearly Christmassy, but I'm going to make a not Christmas card that features a lot of the red, and I'm going to kind of lean into the fact that, you know, why else would I want someone to try it on my paper? Well, I'm going to do some strawberry embellishments. I think there are many other reasons too, but I have a different berry pun. I've cut these 3 strawberries from a scrapbook.com die set, and with some scrapbook.com cardstock and a couple of scrap cardstocks from my just collection of cardstock, and I'm using that same tiny sentiment or banner die, and I'm going to have You're So Berry Awesome, and kind of just arrange that across the card in a way that makes sense. I may need to play with that one a little bit, but I wanted to show you like the red prominence could be used even without going with that Christmas. So, and then finally, just leaning really into Christmas, I had this, I remember the video that I did this for was about like lazy die cutting. So I will link that, tips for like how to be a lazy die cutter. And it's this really cute Spellbinders die where like the bottom of the reindeer moves and dances. And this is actually my lazy version of the die where I didn't cut everything out. I like colored in the hooves and colored in the note. I put a little bit of, I think it was scrapbook.com pops of color for the nose instead of die cutting out the nose, and so little things like that that I chose to do. So like I said, I'll link that. And then just this fa la la sentiment that I had already pre-cut. And so as you can see, you can make a variety of Christmas and not so Christmas cards with even some of the same supplies, same ideas, and of course the same Christmas patterned paper that we started with. If you like this video, here's another video where you can find more ideas for enjoying your crafty time and supplies. Let me know you like this video with a share to your crafty community, subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss the next template or tutorial, and check the video description for product links. See you in the next video.